Many contemporary artists today can do quality, figurative, and portrait drawings, but the training in centuries past was incomparably more rigorous and intense. They started as apprentices in early adolescence, entering an artist's studio, drawing prints and plaster casts over and over again, year after year, before going on to draw from the live model. David Hockney is an artist who made his reputation partly on his portraiture and figurative drawing. So it's something of an irony that in his documentary A Secret Knowledge, he argues that the camera obscura would have been extensively used in Western painting as a drawing aid. Hockney starts off with a hunch, how certain attributes of Ingres' drawings are supposedly photographic. They don't look anything like a photograph. So by photographic, I take it Hockney means that they are highly accurate and detailed. There have been countless accurate portraits, but they are far, far from being Ingres' portraits. What is amazing about Ingres is not his accuracy, but the quality of his drawings, how he captures the sitters, brings them to life with the barest of means, the grace and flow of his lines, the delicacy of his touch, the range and variety of his marks, how the line constantly moves from thin to thick, light to dark, defining light and a three-dimensional physicality. What's really stunning about his portraits, his drawings, isn't the accuracy, but how he envisions and executes the portrait. Of all those countless thousands and thousands of artists, Ingres is an absolute master at drawing, only matched by a handful of others throughout the history of Western art. His father was a painter and sculptor, so Ingres started off very early in life, and the saying was that he could draw before he could walk. So why would someone like Ingres, who so completely dominated line and drawing, use a camera lucida if he didn't need to, and in fact would have been a hindrance to the way he drew? When Hockney himself does a portrait drawing using a camera lucida, the result is far, far from an Ingres drawing. What Hockney clearly demonstrates, however, is that it doesn't matter if an artist uses a camera lucida or camera obscura, because it has little bearing on the end result. Artists could draw without it, and with it, the results are still limited to the artist's ability. Then the documentary Tim's Vermeer came out, in which Tim Jensen recreates a Vermeer using a camera obscura and a small mirror to match the colors up. Tim Jensen's whole take is that anyone, even without training, can make a Vermeer. But the main point is that he sets things up the way Vermeer had already composed them, and pretends that making a copy using an elaborate technique is the same as creating an original. It's not the camera obscura that places the figures and objects and decides on the composition. It's not the camera obscura that decides on the use of color and painting techniques. Vermeer did that, and Jensen merely copies it, and with an opaque painting technique that is the opposite of Vermeer's unmatched delicate touch and extraordinary luminosity produced through the building up of translucent layers of glazes. Vermeer's compositions are created with the utmost ingenuity, inventiveness, and precision. His use of color is singular and inventive, and like Ingres, Vermeer has such an unmatched, exquisite touch. In both documentaries, all the richness and complexity of painting is gone. Explicitly or implicitly, they reduce the complexity of the creative process to one of mechanical reproduction. The basic question is that if all these artists use the camera obscura why is there only one Vermeer? To answer that, one first needs an idea of what a Vermeer is. So after 10 years of making documentaries about food and sustainability, I've decided to make one not about the camera obscura, but about Vermeer, his uniqueness, and his extraordinary achievements. Vermeer may have used the camera obscura, but his paintings are the result of his intelligence and his imagination.